Motorcycle Stories by Dark Dave. I've changed the name once to Motorcycle Stories. It was Dark Dave's shop. I had people asking all the time, oh, what kind of shop is it? Oh, can I bring my bike? No. It started out as a wood shop channel. I had very few people watching it. I still do wood shop stuff. If you want to see some of my wood shop stuff, some of my early channels, if you want to see me do wood shop stuff, it's usually around November, December time. I make kid toys. I do make personal things for other people, but that's an offshoot. Now, for my watchers, thank you guys very much. And my watchers are the people who've subscribed. Anybody who watches is a watcher. But if you've subscribed, I'm very happy. Thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed, why not? You're watching the video. Hit subscribe. Never unsubscribe to anyone's channel. No need. Doesn't hurt you to have your subscription on there. Guys, let's have a great time. Let's have some fun. Thank you guys for watching. Let's get into the video. All right. Now, let's see. I'm not an expert on things. I've just been riding for years. I'm not the oldest rider there is. I'm not the most damaged rider there is for injuries. This is not some contest. I'm just giving my viewpoint, the way I feel, the way I see. Experts might say something different. I know that this is considered by a lot of people to be an extremely safe vehicle. I know other people think it's an extremely dangerous vehicle. Heck, when I was a kid, before I started riding motorcycle, I was given a book, Murder Cycle. I think that was the name of it, Murder Cycle, and why you should never ride any of these motorized bikes. And it's because, well, people can get killed instantly. Yeah, that's true. I could be killed instantly driving my truck. Yeah, I was in the military. I could definitely have been killed instantly doing that. So the dying instantly happens, all right? It's going to happen to anybody, anytime, somewhere. Do I feel that that should happen or negate you doing something you like? No. I ride motorcycles because I love it. At the moment, I only own a three-wheeler. I used to only own two-wheelers. I never thought I would get on trike. For me, it took to where I couldn't, on a consistent basis, hold it up with comfort. My wife wasn't very comfortable, and I like riding with my wife. I'm sorry. I found that makes me happy, makes her happy. Whatever is something I like. What do I do if I got roadkill in front of me? Well, if it's on the road already, 9 times out of 10, other vehicles have crushed through it. If I'm the first one through it after the original accident, if I can, I'm going to try and go around it. If I have to, I'll go through it, then I'll pull over, make sure I didn't get any too much goo on my bike. If I do, I clean it off. Let's see, there's some obstacle I cannot avoid. We'll just say it's more than 3 inches tall, and I have to hit it instead of trying to slam the brakes. You can hit the brakes and you can emergency brake, and you'll find out in a parking lot, hopefully, how far it takes you to actually stop at certain speeds. The type of roads that I'm riding at the type of speeds where it would be an extreme danger for me to have to emergency stop for something dead in front of me, there's probably cars in that in front of me. They're going to be swerving around, and I'll see it long before. Because I take a lot of highways. Yes, I take back roads, but on back roads, I'm not going near as fast as I do on a highway. On most back roads, I'm under 50. If I'm under 50, I can generally emergency brake and be safe. If somebody's right on my tail, I'm going to be slowing up until he's off my tail, either going around me or I find a place to pull over. I'm not saying that that's the ideal idea, but I'm not going to go flying away from this guy. That's putting myself in more danger. Am I saying that's right or wrong? No, I'm just saying what I'm going to do. But if I have to go over something, I'm going over it. I've got 3 tracks. My truck, 2 tracks. They're going like that. A 2-wheel, 1 track, sort of offset sometimes, but more times than not, it's 1 track. But a trike has these tracks, and they're going like that. So if it's hitting the front tire, well, as long as it's not big enough to crush something going under the middle, I'm not too worried about it. Front tire can generally take it. Now, if you're on a CVO and you have one of those really thin tires, you're probably not going to want to go over something more than 1.5 inches. Anything more than that, you're probably going to pop your front tire. I've got a standard front tire on there. It's pretty thick. It's going to keep me pretty safe. If it hits one of my side tires, let's hope that it doesn't do too bad, but they're technically car tires. They're glass pack instead of steel pack, so that's pretty good. I'm a pretty safe driver. I try my best to make things work. Not everything's going to work the way you want. I'm making this basically an answer to a guy's question. I mean, I appreciate his question. I appreciate his honesty. Like me, he's a vet. He's an Air Force vet. I'm an Army vet. But the big thing is, what do you do in case of emergency? Me, I try to avoid and negate emergencies as much as possible. I've talked before about how I will wear certain gear, how I sometimes don't wear all the gear. It's a matter of choice. It's a matter of what you feel safest with at that time. Not everybody, every moment's going to have every piece of gear. You are one of those people who wears all the gear all the time. Great, more on you. I'm not judging you. I don't care what you do. You do you. You take care of yourself. You make yourself as comfortable however it takes to do it. I'm doing me. I'm making sure me and my passenger are as safe as possible. I'm not a big group ride person. I will go on group rides. I haven't joined a lot of groups because the group I joined was the U.S. Army. I very much was happy with that group. I never wanted to get out of it. I got medically retired because of injuries. I know a lot of people who served the whole tour with injuries without a problem, no problem. I know people that had more and worse injuries than me. I'm not saying I'm the worst injured person. I've seen people without a leg riding motorcycles. I've seen people with one leg on a regular two-wheel motorcycle. Now, they had a prosthetic. I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's one of the cool ones that has all the gears and stuff in it. I don't know if he rode before that, but he had a pretty cool prosthetic. Now, he had all of his power control up here. None of the brake stuff. All of it was controlled from up top. I thought that was really cool. His gears were a push-button thing. I was like, that's the way to do it. But I've also seen people who, after an accident, can never ride again. I'm not a judge of anybody. I'm just hoping everybody's having fun. If I offend someone, please let me know. I'm never meaning to offend someone. I'm a dark person. I sit there and I make jokes at everything because I think it's funny. Is everything funny? Probably not. But I can make a joke about it because it's the way I see it. It's not that you see it that way. It's not that I want you to see it that way. It's just the way things are sometimes. I don't do a lot of my garage talks for the simple fact of I'm not the expert on motorcycles. I don't care if it's 2 or 3 wheels. I'm not the expert on trikes. I'm not the expert on cars. I can tear apart an older car, put it back together without even thinking about it. When I bought my truck in 2011, first thing I did is open the hood and I'm like, where's the engine? It's covered in all these wires and everything. Guys, they have put so many electronics on all vehicles that it's insane to try and work on now. Motorcycles, we probably still can do a lot of work because it's not as electronic. I wanted to get my Apple CarPlay to work. I had to find the right control, had to make sure I'm doing it right. I watched YouTube videos to figure it out. We can figure most things out today. Some things I just don't want to play with. Some of them I don't want to lay on my back and do anymore. My back's shot. Is it as bad as somebody with a full brace on their back all the time? No. What are you doing today? This is Dark Dave. Sitting here in my garage. I just got back from Sam's. My back is killing me. I actually did not bring my bike. I was in my truck today. Ram 1500 two-door. It is an 11-year-old truck. Now, I've had people tell me that my trike is not a motorcycle. It is not a two-wheel motorcycle. That part is true. It's a three-wheel motorcycle. It is still a motorcycle. I know some states are trying to say it's a car so they can tax it more. But it's got a motorcycle engine. Its front end is a motorcycle. The majority of its length is a motorcycle. It's basically a motorcycle with a Lehman kit on the back, but Harley Davidson bought that type of technology. They did their thing with it, and it's now a Harley Davidson version. People keep driving by me, going to let them, I don't care. I'm going to check this real fast to make sure it's sounding good. Now, there are some differences with motorcycles and trikes, and I'm going to talk about that here in a second, but I want to check that's just my viewpoint. Sorry. If you guys like these, or if you at least watch them, do me a favor, subscribe, and let's have a great day.